Hi Libra, welcome to your What They Aren't Telling You reading for March 2020. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. This is intended to be a romantic love reading, but it may resonate in other areas of your life. Also, this may resonate as yours or your person's moon, rising, or Venus sign. And my voice is still a little bit off, but I think whatever it was is come and gone. I got my lozenges just in case. So there you go. Pardon me. All right, Libra, what they aren't telling you for March 2020. What do we got here? All right, I'm getting a lozenge. All of a sudden I feel like I'm that dry throat or that little, like something got in there. Just being safe. Libra. 10 of Swords. Okay. Okay. That's kind of sudden, huh? Ace of Swords. Well, okay then. The Hermit. What just happened? The Hanged Man. Pisces, Virgo. What the heck just happened, Libra? Gracious. Ace of Pentacles. The World. Okay. 9 of Pentacles and 3 of Cups. Okay. So it's the short of it is somebody, this is like a definitive ending because somebody wants to go do what they want to do when they want to do it. That's the, and I'm sorry, this is quite, it was not sudden, it's no less painful because it's definitive, it's final, so there's that. This is someone that told you, you know what, I see things for what they are now. I need time, but this is someone who's felt this way for quite a while. So it's kind of like this awareness has led up to them making this decision. They have enough evidence now to be able to be decisive about something, which is kind of not... I mean, then it begs the question, did they not bring things up to you as they were occurring? Like the issues, I mean... It's this Ace of Pentacles. No, Ace of Swords. What's this Ace of Swords about for Libra? 9 of Cups. Good. What's this Hangman about for Libra? Oopsie. That jumped. 5 of Cups. What's this Hangman about for Libra? Page of Cups. Okay. What's this Hermit about for Libra? This could be Pisces, by the way. What's this Hermit about? 10 of Pentacles. All right. So this is someone that is really wanting to consider their future with you or without you. They want time to think. They're not, it's almost like I don't think they're leaving they're cutting things up for the Libras I'm reading for. This is someone that wants a break because they just want some levity, but what they really want is to think about basically what their future entails with you, without you, what a stable future would look like. What's this Ace of Pentacles? So this and, okay, what's this Ace of Pentacles? Whoopsie. Judgment, that could be Sagittarius, Cancer, or Scorpio. What's this World card about? 8 of Cups. Very interesting, this. What's this Hangman? 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles twice. Okay. So this is a call for you to let go and let it be what it's going to be. And no more trying to fix this situation. No more inserting yourself. No more trying to resolve it. This is a time for you to concentrate on yourself and moving through this situation. What's happening is happening, and it is not for you to try to fix or resolve, because let's be honest, this is somebody who at the very least wants some distance from any kind of romantic involvement with you right now, to the point where they're considering a fresh new start under the guise of saying, well, let's try, but then knowing it's not going to work out, but just saying that so that they don't have any regrets. And instead of saying it's over, there's no point in me trying to get this back because it's over. This is someone who will say, you know what, let's just put this behind us and see, but not really, because they ended things. So what are they doing? What is And if you're waiting for them, don't. This is someone that doesn't know how to tell you what they really want, which is, I don't feel the same anymore. I don't want a commitment. I want to have fun. I want to go do my own thing. I don't know what I want yet. I want to go do my own thing. And I need this time to figure out what that looks like for me. And your job is to allow for that. Your job is to be under yourself and be like, okay, you figure out what you want, but I'm going to be doing my own thing and taking care of myself and not worrying about you anymore, because that's what you said. Take them for what their word is. Take them for what they're showing you. Confusion, just wanting to have fun. Don't fight that. This is not for you to, challenge or try to make them see differently. What's this Three of Cups about? Knight of Wands, that could be Leo. What's this Nine of Pentacles about? Queen of Swords. Done and done, Libra. You need to cut this off. No negotiation. They're not confused. What they're not telling you is that this is bigger than you thought it was. They don't know what they want, but this isn't it. They just want to be by themselves for a while. And if this is someone that you've been dealing with, that you haven't gone past a certain point, there's a reason for that. There's like this part of themselves that they're not letting anybody else get to know or touch, because they don't really want committed connection. It feels like somebody who's had that and has found it burdensome, or just a lot of work, and they would much rather provide that for themselves than to enjoying with someone that it's going to be a lot of work, or then the demands and the obligations start coming. They don't want that. This is someone that prefers to kind of keep everybody at arm's length so they can figure out what they want for their future. What they're not telling you is, I like my life just fine. I like it the way it is. Nobody's getting past a certain point here. And I am comfortable having multiple partners and, arm's length commitments. I don't want anybody to change my mind. I don't want things to progress. I don't really need time, but I'm telling Libra that so Libra will leave me alone or not pressure me or try to reason with me. I don't want to be reasoned with. I don't want to be talked to, and I don't want Libra to fix it. What bothers me here, though, is that I think you might be acting on feeling like there could have been a chance. There's a possibility that they could have led you to believe that there is a chance over time or this or that. There's not. For the Libras I'm reading for, and what's shown here is, perhaps you've already realized that, but this is someone that, well, there's that arm's length. Nobody's getting past that arm's length. They like their life the way it is. They don't need to reflect. They don't need to think about things. They've got everything figured out. This has been a system for them. And not that that's bad, but they could have been upfront about that. I feel like you were led to believe that this could have been something more, if this, if that, if this. And because of that formula or that template, it implies that you didn't meet their expectations. And so here you are, for some of the Libras, you might be scrambling like, okay, well, I just have to convince them of this, or, we just have to try this, or no, this is kind of a thing they do. Nobody's getting past the gate for this person. If they're telling you that I just need to be by myself, take care of my own things, and think, there's no thinking here. They don't need to think. They're already up and running. This is a pattern for them. After a certain point, they detach, they cut, they don't like settling in. So no waiting. If you're waiting for them, no waiting. Have this Nine of Pentacles and this Hangman be about you figuring out what you want while you move through this. This is not keeping yourself busy and by yourself until they come back around. This is not coming back around. This is not you waiting something out and then going back to. This is you moving through it. Because this is someone that their life is the way they want it. They like their life. They like their life the way it is. What else for Libra? What's for Libra? 5 of Wands. No more of the drama. Let it go. No convincing, no trying to talk to them, no asking why, no keeping the conversation going. Accept what you see and what is and move through it. There's no mind changing here. This person's pretty resolute. What's this? What else for Libra? 6 of Swords, there it is. Moving on. Moving through it, moving on. Seeing it for what it is. That's for Libra. It's hard because it's like, but, and it, no. That's the hard part, the finality of it, you know. Yay. Seeing it for what it is and moving through it and moving on. To better, greener pastures, to better time. While you get, when you don't involve yourself anymore, you'll have the awareness wash over you and you'll see that this is for the best because you were never going to get the kind of relationship you wanted from this person. It was always going to be at arm's length. So this is, no disrespect, but to the situation at least, good riddance. Because for the amount of effort that you're willing to put in, for the Libras I'm reading for, the amount of effort you're willing to put into a relationship, you deserve somebody that's not going to be cagey about that, at the very least. You deserve somebody that's going to meet you with that and take off. This is the makings of a power couple if they could have met you halfway. You know what I mean? Like you two would have been movers and shakers and trailblazers and fun and doing the things and nope. No for Libra. Awakening. This is that realization, seeing things for what it is and letting that wash over you and just sitting with that, letting the transition happen as you get perspective, as things wash over you, and realizing that no more drama, no more conflict, no more fighting for this, no more adversarial. I'm just going to accept what is and let go and let the awareness wash over me and on to the next thing that I want to do for myself. All right. What else for Libra? I think for some of you, they're kind of hoping that you'll find someone else also because they plan on it. Like they're not gonna, there's gonna be no stutter step here for them. They're gonna be up and at 'em in very short order. And I think they're hoping that you will too, that you'll find some sort of distraction or something else because they don't want to have to keep explaining things or trying to, you know, they want to be on the move. And so I think for some of you, they're hoping that you will accept what is instead of trying to continue to kind of, or using this as an opportunity. Well, I'll just wait for you to, no, I gave you my answer. No, I'm going to wait for you. Call me in a couple weeks or we can talk in a couple weeks and we'll see. No, pretty sure I'm going to feel the same in a couple weeks, but you don't know that. Let's just wait for a couple weeks and then we'll talk. Don't do that. I'm not saying you are, but for some of you, if you are waiting this out rather than actually seeing things for what they are and transitioning, this needs to be a transition. There's no waiting here. That they're kind of hoping that you'll go find something else that you want also because they are planning on that. Well, okay. I don't know why that ended. I'm sitting here talking away and I hope it got everything. I don't know when it ended. I just basically said that, so we pulled the Awakening card, and that's what this is right here. Letting this be, letting the awareness of the situation and the dynamics wash over you, rather than you seeing this as kind of a holding pattern. This is about letting go because you understand now, you see things clearly, things are illuminated, and you're staying out of it. No more drama. Excuse me. You are progressing. You're moving on. You're looking at what is, and you're moving on. This is not about negotiating and trying to get someone to, you know, like, okay, well, let's just leave it now. Let's just have a holding period, and in 2 weeks, you and I will talk. No, because you're going to get the same answer from him. You're going to get the same behavior, the avoidance, the disinterest. No, this is not about you waiting and kind of, you know, being sequestered and just keeping a low profile and doing your own thing until you two come. There's no coming back around again. And I'm probably preaching the choir. I just don't want it to where you're hoping that there still could be some reversal of this, because there's not. This is someone that, it's not that this is a pattern, it's just that their life is the way they want it, and they're not going to really adjust that for anybody. And I don't like that it could make it feel like you aren't worthy, that you don't get past the gate, but somebody else will. But the reality is you don't know either way. And you don't want somebody that you have to keep trying to prove yourself to and make it interesting or to be that special. And there's a tendency, what's showing here, the dynamic, is that you might have been, and I think I said this before, you might have been led to believe that, well, let's just see how it goes. You could be, so it like kind of sparks that whole competition, like, well, I'm going to prove this, and they don't know who they're dealing with. I'm going to this, that, and the other. And it's like, nobody's getting past the gate. This person doesn't want that right now. And shame on them for making it sound like you could have been. That's hurtful. Because in reality, no. This person gets to a certain point, and then that's it. That's for it. So no more drama. Accept what is. See it for what it is. Let it wash over you and move through this. This is not about waiting until the next there is, and move through this. Let this be done. What else for Libra? 7 of Wands. And the Sun card reversed. Okay, so you need to be strong, you need to hold your ground, and you need to stick to what is. In the sense that, please don't let this take you under and get emotional about this. Pardon me for being brutal here, but you kind of didn't have a chance, because this was someone who kind of does this. And I feel like you thought it could be different. Like you thought this would be different. And this person kind of has this pattern. They might be aware of it. That they do this, that this is like a plan all along. They might not be aware that they just keep people at arm's length, and then after it runs its course, then they disengage. But this might be kind of a sad time, or kind of like, like, oh man, especially as you realize the dynamics of this, that you kind of were one among many, when they made you feel like maybe you could be the one, or there is this sort of special quality to what you two had. But you need to stand your ground, and you need to realize that you're better for realizing that now and moving on and moving through this, rather than trying to, there's no way you could fix this. There's no way that you could make, this person went in seeing it this way. This person went in knowing that this wasn't going to work out or be the one, or to be what maybe you thought it was going to be. So there's no changing their mind here. And honestly, why would you want to? Nobody's worth that. Honestly. I thank you for sticking through my scritchy voice. I hope I covered everything that, with the break in the video. But you keep your head up and you go have some fun. You don't stay home and, this blues that you're going to feel, counteract this with being around people that can give you wise counsel and your tribe. This is not worth staying and crying over. This is worth looking at realistically and moving through it and learning from it. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you in the next reading, Libra. You have a good March. You take care.